Guys, good morning. Happy Tuesday. It's Daryl here. It's bright and early, 4 a.m. here in Connecticut on the East Coast. Okay, at the end of this video, it's going to be a kind of a short video. I want to talk about Myanmar, Burma, and because I've been intrigued by what's going on there, and it seems to have a similarity of what happened here, and I'm kind of wondering about the timing of this whole thing too. After our election, after Joe Biden was inaugurated on January 20th, and why Myanmar, Burma, why the military waited till now. I have some ideas here. Now, at the end of this video, I'm going to take you outside and show you the 20 inches of snow that I've got to deal with shortly this morning. But first of all, let me talk about this. I'm going to be flat out honest with you guys. I've heard of Myanmar, Burma. It's been called Burma, and it's Myanmar, so I just say Myanmar, Burma. The country is called both. All right, it's flirted back and forth. This is from what I can understand. The country has been pushing towards democratic reforms to have a government like ours since 2011. The former military rule that was in power since I think it was like 1968 has been kind of pushed out, and they've been having democratic reforms where they have an election and a democracy like ours, but it's still a struggle. There's a lot of different ethnicities and nationalities in this country, and there's a lot of friction inside the country. There's Buddhists, and there's a very anti-Muslim feeling in the country from the military. Okay, so I started thinking about this. So they have a democratically elected president, and now he was just overthrown and imprisoned, along with other pro-democracy figures in the government. They've been jailed. The military that ruled a dictatorship has now taken over. They say that back in November, because of the COVID-19 restrictions and everything with COVID-19, that the election was fraudulent. So the military has now taken over and jailed the people that were elected back in November, and jailed them for the next year, claiming martial law, that the military now rules over the country for the next year, claiming that the election in November was fraudulent. Let's think about that. Here's another little thing. Like I said, I have a link down below to something that I'll put this in perspective. The military, the dictatorship, the military authoritarian dictatorship that just took over for next year is very pro-Trump. They see Trump as a hero. They call him the Mabatha. They call him like the Burmese. Donald Trump is like the Burmese hero there to the military because of his strong nationalistic outlook on America first, the way he was treating Muslims, building the wall, and all that. The military now, the dictatorship that just took over and threw out the democracy, the democratically elected government, is very pro-Trump. What does that tell you? Now, I don't know how to take this. Why did they wait till after Biden took office in January 20th? Would they have more? I thought about this. Wouldn't they have had more luck if they had done this back when President Trump was in power? Maybe they probably truly believed that Donald Trump was going to be reelected, so they didn't worry about timing. So after the election and Biden was inaugurated on January 20th, this is my theory, that they saw the insurrection here at the Capitol on January 6th and how it almost succeeded. Donald Trump basically failed. He was striving for the military to intervene, and they wanted to arrest Biden, Pelosi, Schumer, all of them, right? That was the goal, right? Or worse. A lot of the people that broke into the Capitol on January 6th, it was more than that. All right? And it almost succeeded. If the military and the police had joined in, it would have succeeded. Now, here we are, coming up about 1 month later, and it actually happens in Burma and Myanmar. or they emboldened. They saw that it almost happened in America, if not for the military. So the military went ahead in Myanmar and Burma, and it actually succeeded. The government that just took over, the military that just took over and overthrew the rightfully elected government is pro-Trump. How would Trump have dealt with that if it happened during his presidency? Because of course, a U.S. president, all the other presidents, Bush, Obama, Clinton, were, of course, they were for democracy and against this military dictatorship, this authoritarian rule. So how could Trump be against the people that he's supposed to be against, and yet have the same argument as the military that the election was fraudulent? You see, there would be a conflict there. It would put Donald Trump in a very tough position. It would make him basically have to go against what he was saying. Either he'd have to admit that the election, he'd have to call the Burmese, the military in Burma and Myanmar, that their claims of election fraud were not realistic, therefore putting his own claims in doubt, or he would actually have to back the dictatorship, the military dictatorship that just overthrew the country. It put him between a rock and a hard place if this happened back when Donald Trump was president. So the military sees our insurrection on January 6th and sees the only thing missing from this was the military and police participation. They're emboldened by this. The military jumps in and they take control. They claim that the election was fraudulent, and they actually succeed in jailing the rightfully elected president of Myanmar and Burma. And like I said, again, I've got to say this, the people that the dictatorship, the army that just overthrew the rightfully elected government are Donald Trump fans, are fans of Donald Trump. What does that say? What? Tell me, Trump supporters, where do you fall on this? Who do you support? Do you support the military that just overthrew Burma? Tell me, help me out with this. Hey, let's go take a look outside of the snow. I'm going to talk more about this. I didn't have time to study this whole, I would have loved to have taken another 2 hours to get this whole thing down a little better. But again, the storm here is taking precedent. Take a walk with me. Let's take a look outside. Come with me. Oh my gosh, I only got sneakers on. Yeah. There's my car. Yeah. There's about, I actually shoveled here. There's about 2 feet of snow over there. Yeah. All right, so I got to go deal with this. I'll be back later with another video. You guys have a good Tuesday.